You don't need less sadness, you need better relationship with sadness. Yes, that's right. Let's see how we can improve our relationship with sadness. To better your relationship with sadness, you first of all have to understand how you have trained your mind around sadness. While we have been brought up into culture, most of our culture has taught us that negative thoughts and mood are bad for you. So anything that is bad for you, you have to get rid of it as soon as possible. So whenever you have felt bad, your friends and your family might have told you that just look at the brighter side of it. Whenever you have been worried and anxious, they would say, don't worry, it will be fine. Whenever you have been angry and frustrated, they would say, vent it out, go into your room, punch a bag, get rid of it. While this statement would be innocent and well intended, but they are teaching us a dangerous lesson. Whatever is felt bad is bad, and you have to get rid of it as soon as possible. Well, logically, that feels sensible. That is intuitive. That yes, if I see somebody crying, I should go ahead and tell them, don't cry, it is okay, all things would be good. But we are making the biggest nonsensical mistakes over here. So, just because our emotion feels bad doesn't mean they are bad. Whenever we touch a hot pan on the stove, we feel a high surge of pain in our fingers, because of which we pull out our fingers. Certainly, touching a hot pan is not a pleasant feeling, but the pain we felt when we touched that stove is actually a good thing because it has helped us to avoid more serious burns. Same as your physical pain, emotional pain works the same way. Negative feeling like sadness or fear certainly doesn't feel good, and sometimes they are downright unbearable. But to assume that they are bad and dangerous because they are painful is to fall into logical trap of shooting the messenger. Once our mind are into this trap, it will develop a lifelong response towards this negative emotion in some version of fight or flight response. It would run away or attack and train our mind to interpret negative emotions or feeling as danger. It can be we worry as a way to fix our fear or feel more control. We ruminate on our past mistake either to distract us from the helplessness of the loss or the grief. We drink or gamble or overeat to escape the feeling of inferiority and anxiety. If we habitually fight and run away from this kind of emotion, we are training our brain to see this emotion as dangerous, which means every time we are hit with this particular experience of negative emotion, we get double dose of negativity. It would be I feel sad and I feel like something is wrong with me because I feel sad. This second layer of sadness is our cultural engineered unwillingness of feeling sad. We end up in feeling ashamed, guilty, or sad about feeling sad, which in turn becomes a vicious cycle of sticky sadness. In order to make our relationship better with sadness, we have to avoid attacking it or running away from it or try to fix it from our version of fight or flight. Rather, we have to deliberately invite it and welcome it to see what these feelings are really for. Why deliberately inviting your sad feeling or your negative feeling works? Because we are training our brains to understand that these feelings are not dangerous and we can survive them by exposing ourselves gradually. With this approach, our brain really start believing this idea that the sadness isn't bad. We stop adding secondary layers of negative emotion on the top of our sadness. This allows our initial sadness to elevate itself on its own. In order to break this vicious cycle and handle your sadness effectively, there is a concrete methodology in order to do that. It is called as scheduled sadness. It simply means scheduling a regular time to reflect on and to be with your sadness. I have mentioned a detailed steps on how to chronologically set an safe environment within your mind, within your time schedule. Understand, this particular practice is going to train your brain to believe in this idea that sadness is not dangerous. It is a signal to which, if you speculate and introspect, you will be able to draw value. I hope this video has been valuable in order to establish a better relationship between you and your sadness. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you subscribe to the channel and like and share this video. Thank you so much.